Charlie Hunnam's top 5 haircuts, volumizing powder from Future, and how to avoid razor burn and razor bumps when you're shaving. All coming up today on episode 36 of Men's Grooming Weekly. Hi guys, my name is Elliot, head barber at the Mueller Treatment Space in Carnaby. So this channel is dedicated to hair, beard, shaving tips, and also ASMR style shaving and haircuts. So if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. Again, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you that are subscribing and following. It really it's blown me away, the fact that this channel is still growing and it's growing week on week. I truly am so thankful to all of you that are here and engaging in the content. But first off, we'll be starting my favourite TikTok from the last week or so. Hi guys, Elliot here. My client Faz was enjoying the length he has on the top, but the sides are annoying him, so I sectioned the top away, faded it down to a number 1 on the sides whilst keeping a strong square shape, took some weight out of the top and connected it into the back whilst it gradually got more disconnected towards the front to keep the length. Styling and put a cream in whilst the hair was damp, and then rough dried it with my fingers to keep the texture. Head on over to my Instagram page to see the finished look now. So as I said, I've been cutting Faz's hair for the last few years. Really enjoyed doing something different on his hair today, and really trying to put a lot more emphasis on making sure the hair is styled and really done well, and I think this turned out really nicely. So now on to the products of the week. And this week we're looking at the Future Volumizing Powder. Now this has been created by a fellow barber who lives up in Glasgow. Started off the range and it's got really quite a cool logo to it. If you don't know what a volumizing powder is, you sprinkle this into the hair and then you scrunch your hands through it. It helps to get some real volume. It's a very matte look and almost looks as though there's no product in the hair. For me, I always think powders look a little bit too dry if you just use them by themselves. I personally love using them as like the end product. I would put like a little bit of paste in, style it in how you want it to be, and then sprinkle a little bit of the dust on through the top, and then that keeps the volume, it keeps the dryness in through there. The hair then doesn't tend to get too greasy and generally will stay in its place then for the rest of the day. It's a very good alternative to using hairspray, because hairspray then can look a little bit crusty, but this obviously keeps the matte look to it. Been really impressed with this product. It works as it does like a normal dust, keeps the volume in. I woke up this morning, still had all the matte effect in through there, and it still felt as though it was set into place. So definitely would recommend this product. It actually seems like quite a decent one. And this week's hair icon is Charlie Hunnam. In at 5 is this almost grown out clipper cut. I love how it's really soft around the edges, not super short through the side, and almost like the one length the same way over as opposed to it being faded up. I think this looks great. In at 4, one of his iconic looks, short through the sides, really slick back and through the top. He has great hair where the growth pattern wants to sit back, so anything slick back sits really tight, and I think this looks epic on him. In at 3, where it's a lot shorter through the sides and a bit longer through the top, I prefer this one where he's got some more volume in there. Sometimes he wears it to the side, but when it's got the volume and a nice bit of texture, I think that works a lot better. In at 2 is probably the most iconic hairstyle from Jax Teller. Really slick back, got some nice grease in through there so it sits and just tucks in behind that ear. I think this is great because it never really gets too long at the back, but all that length really slicks back and sits back really nice and flat, but with some texture in through there, and a haircut that's just been replicated for years. But my favorite haircut in at number 1 is this haircut where it's a bit longer, it's a bit looser, he hasn't got it so greased, a little bit more volume, a little bit more texture and body in through the top. It's a little bit looser and longer at that back as well. I prefer the much more of a natural look on the hair just because it makes the hair look a little bit lighter. I sometimes think when he's got the heavier product in there, it almost makes the hair look a little bit too dark, but when it's a bit lighter, I think this looks great on him. And today's question is, how do I avoid razor marks and razor bumps when I'm shaving? Now, there's a whole host of things that you can do to improve that. It's making sure that you prepare the skin better. So making sure the skin is nice and warm at the start, using a pre-shave oil so that the blade can glide across the face a lot easier. Using a brush and a decent soap. Brush exfoliates the face. It also then helps to lift the hairs off the face and softens the hairs down as well. If your skin is a bit more on the delicate side, I'd steer away from using a 3-blade or a 5-blade, something like a Gillette. Go towards something like a double-edged razor where it's just the one blade going over the face. Those blades can be a little bit sharper then. And when you're actually shaving, you want to try and apply as little pressure as possible. You want the weight of the handle to do all of the work. You don't really want to be pressing into the face. It's then also using as fewer strokes as possible, so you're trying to be as efficient as possible. So going down 1, 2, 3, not going bang, 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 bang. If you do that, you are going to aggravate the face and it's going to get you, and you're potentially going to get some razor burn. Always shaving with the growth pattern. I know for a fact if I was to go up against the grain, I'd flare up. My skin would be very red, it'd be very sore. So I always then go down with the growth pattern. Be aware of where the growth pattern is. So my growth pattern goes up in this area, so I shave up in through there, but then it comes down here, so I shave there. So it's being aware of those angles and working with the growth pattern. And then using decent quality aftercare products. I always use an Allen Block after just to tighten the face up. It works as an astringent and as antiseptic. Use a decent aftershave bar and something that's really nourishing, something that really hydrates the skin. When you are shaving, you're putting your skin under an awful lot of pressure, so you want something that is really nourishing the skin and almost healing it. Then at the end, using that cold towel to really then compress it onto the face and take away any soreness as well, just helps to soothe it and tighten it up a little bit more. Generally, when people have soreness or redness, they're very quick, they're very sort of just trying to get it done. So if you take a little bit more time and a little bit more care with it, then you will reap the benefits for sure. Thanks a lot for watching today, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I know a lot of you aren't subscribed. I've been looking at the metrics and it says something like 89% of you that are watching these videos aren't subscribed. So if you've enjoyed this or if you enjoyed any of my videos, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a little subscribe and then turned on that notification as well. But have a brilliant rest of your day. Much love, Elliot.